All right, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. Jota, and today we have to talk about, of course, a lot of rumors and names and possible signings and things like that. But today, let me tell you what. The biggest concern today it is about Tchouameni, and the reason for that is because although a lot of, it was a bunch of newspapers and media in Spain claiming Tchouameni was going to play in Real Madrid because he chose to Real Madrid to play next year. In the latest 24 hours, a lot of rumors and speculations popped up regarding to the player changing his mind and going and sign for Paris Saint-Germain. And one of the journalists that claimed that it was Qatari. Is a Qatari journalist who normally tweets about Real Madrid and all the latest news regarding to soccer. And this guy was one of the first one in advising us that Kylian Mbappe, regarding all the people were claiming Kylian Mbappe was going to play in Real Madrid, this guy tweeted like 1 week before that, ahead of that, all the rumors and news regarding to Kylian Mbappe are simply not true. So be careful with that. That is what he said. And of course, at the end, he was right. So that's why we have to pay attention to this guy every time he tweets about something. And the latest thing he tweeted about, it was this. Let me translate really quick. And here he says, Tchouameni agreed to move out to Paris, which means that he might sign his new contract with Paris Saint-Germain instead of Real Madrid. And that is basically what he's claiming right now. So that's why there are a lot of people scared and panicking, because what we don't want to hear about is another player giving up with the signing of Real Madrid, giving up for signing with Real Madrid and going out to another team, or in this case, going out to the same team, which is Paris Saint-Germain, for the same reason Kylian Mbappe. For the same reason, Kylian Mbappe forgot about Real Madrid and signed a new contract with Paris Saint-Germain. So for now, that is exactly what we have. But let me get into another interesting topic, because as you know, yesterday we heard about Rafael Leao. According to La Gazzetta dello Sport, Rafael Leao was going to, he was not going to sign for Real Madrid, but apparently Real Madrid threw about 120 million on the table for signing the player of Milan. To me, it sounded really, really weird, because there are two reasons here why it is not very clear to me. Number one, Real Madrid is only 2 days out to play the final of the Champions League. So to me, it's completely pointless for a team like Real Madrid to sign any single player before or ahead such a big event like the final of the Champions, number one. Number two, Real Madrid would never pay 120 million for a guy who is a very promising player, but at the end of the day is not a player with a lot of credentials or a big background like Kylian Mbappe or Erling Haaland. He did a good job during this season. That's it, right? So I'm not thinking about Florentino Perez like the kind of guy who is going to, splash the cash out of the window and say, okay, I'm going to pay whatever I have to pay for signing this player. It's completely pointless to me. So today we heard about, this guy, his agent is Jorge Mendes. Jorge Mendes is a FIFA agent who normally works in the next way. Jorge Mendes always goes to the press. He always goes to the media and newspapers and people that he knows in the media to throw bombshells and things like that, to see what is the reaction of the club, right? So to me, there are a lot of reasons to think Jorge Mendes made this news up in order for him to get some feedback from Real Madrid, from Los Madridistas, and see if he has any chance to sell the player to Real Madrid. So to me, this is fake news, and Real Madrid has been never interested in signing the player. Probably Real Madrid knew who was this guy, but I'm not quite sure if Real Madrid was really interested in signing the player or going ahead all in for the player. You know what I'm saying? So this is the news that I read today regarding to Rafael Leao. Mendes offering to Rafael Leao. Okay, this is coming out from OK Diario. So my opinion is, yeah, it's another promising, interesting player. But of course, Real Madrid right now is only thinking and super focused on the final of the Champions, right? So there's no point in thinking this guy will sign for Real Madrid. So that is as far as Rafael Leao. And now let's move on. And of course, let's talk about Tchouameni, because as you know, for all los Madridistas, it's critical and crucial to sign another big player to cover the absence of Kylian Mbappe, the absence of the signing of Kylian Mbappe. So for a lot of people in Spain, in Madrid, Tchouameni is super close to say yes to Real Madrid. And even beyond that, some journalists are claiming Tchouameni has already said yes to Real Madrid and has agreed all the personal and professional terms to sign a new contract with Real Madrid. And actually he rejected the proposals from Liverpool, Chelsea, and all the stuff, right? So the thing is, right after we learned all this news and we were kind of celebrating the signing of Tchouameni, more rumors came out from different parts of the world saying this guy will sign for PSG instead of Real Madrid. And it's not only that. We have heard, like 20 minutes ago, PSG has a personal agreement with Dembele. Dembele is the FC Barcelona player. So, we have to Kylian Mbappe, we have to Tchouameni, and now we have to Dembele in the radar of PSG. And that is something very true, because apparently, according to the latest rumors and news and stuff like that, Mbappe wants to sign to both of them, Dembele and Tchouameni. So we have to be careful with that, because to me, it can happen again. PSG hijacking players to Real Madrid, because these guys don't need at all to prove that they have money, because they always have money. And they can afford to lose money every single season. PSG is the kind of team who is losing is burning cash, is losing money every single season, about 200 million per year, and nobody's going to say anything, right? Actually, Ceferin is the president of UEFA. He came out the public, and instead of warning to PSG, instead of advising to PSG about what they're doing right now, which is pretty illegal and immoral, he went all the way the other way to Real Madrid to say, hey, don't tell me what I have to do. So they are pretty much protecting the PSG. They are okay with all the things they are doing right now. And they are attacking to Real Madrid, which is the only club in the world who is producing his own resources to be able to sign players. It's funny, right? It's true. It's a very sad truth, but it is, okay? So for now, my suggestion for you all guys, stay calm, stay cool, because we don't know what is going to happen with Tchouameni. I would say we are going to sign in, but of course, nothing is going to happen ahead of the final of the Champions, and the outcome of Tchouameni will happen at some point right after Saturday, okay? So, don't be very sad, but don't be celebrating the signing of the player, because we still don't know what can happen. Okay, so that is what I have for you all guys today. Now, thumbs up if you like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next one.